Welcome back to Nails of Interest, everyone. Today I'm going to go over a few more images from the Shemodern stencil number 14. This is a layering stencil. I've already got some on my mani, but it's hard for you guys to see. This is the mushroom, the ladybug, a flower, and a bluebird. So I'm going to do it over a white and a light pink polish. My preferred method is to apply a layer of sticky base coat. If it's gel, make sure you cure it, but make sure that is a type that's still really sticky after you cure it. Or you can use foil glue. You can do this over any type of nail polish, nail dip powders, anything. Just gonna put this little black card down so that you guys can see a little bit better. I like to do either directly on the nail or on the stamp head. I'll try to show you both methods. First, you want to make sure that your stencil is clean from your last use and relatively flat. You can place the stencil in between two of the cards. You can place this between two of these, like so. Just check out the Shemodern's channel. You can iron it out if you need to, if you didn't store it properly. But mine appears to be in good condition still. It's gotten many uses for me out of this. I've showed you in a previous video some of the various flowers. You can use them separately or together, the hearts. Today I'm going to do ladybugs right here. Today I'm going to cover the ladybug image, which this is the body, these are the wings, the mushroom stem and dots, and the mushroom body. And I'm going to cover the bird. This is the bird body, this is the bird's wings, beak, eye, tail. Make sure when you're doing images like these, you put the little part down first, and then you apply the larger image over it. And for any cases where it overlaps, you will still be able to see this. But if you put this down first, you won't be able to see this because it will not adhere over itself. So let's just get right in. I'm putting the black card down so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to start with the mushroom. These are the more complicated designs out of the set. Ooh, way too much glitter. Just pat it down. It will stick to the stamper head or to your nail either way. Make sure your image is covered. Oops. It's a new stamper for me. You'd want to peel that off so that you don't get any on your stamper head. If you do, some tape will remove it. Any kind of tape. And you take the second image that you want. You can readjust so you get it the way you want it. It's best to readjust before you apply any glitter. You'll have to wipe it off and start over. So just make sure your stencil is bubble free. Apply a contrasting or complementary color. Just use a little bit of glitter. Tap it on. You can always apply more. If the stamper head feels sticky, you need more glitter. It shouldn't feel sticky anymore. Same with your nails, whether you're using foil glue or a sticky base coat or polish. It shouldn't feel sticky anymore. Always keep your fingers clean. Every time I go out of screen with my fingers, I'm wiping them off on a lint roller. You can take it off like this, or there's other ways. So this is the mushroom, pre-layered. I used orange and red hollow. I'm gonna get that so you can see it. I used regular orange and the red hollow. You can use any color you like. It's up to your imagination. I will do this over a plain nail. Again, this has a sticky base coat on it. And you just tap it on there just like if you're stamping. And then you've got the cute little mushroom image. In person it looks really good. a little hard to see. Probably should have used more contrasting colors. Then you'd want to go ahead and top coat that in and cure it. I would still suggest using, if you're using the hollows, use a polish that shows the hollows up very well. Some gel polishes don't, some regular polishes don't. Also use a dedicated brush to it, gel polishes, or you will need to wipe it off with a lint-free wipe, like so. Make sure nothing's sticking on it. Okay, this is how my mushroom turned out. Again, this was the red hollow and the regular orange. I forgot to mention earlier that all of the designs, I'll try to put a picture up. All the designs do have corresponding foils that match quite lovely. See, this is the bird with the bird body. It helps you to match up the colors, or this would help you to match up the design elements. Again, it's actually facing the other way. That'd be the bird, how it looks in a foil form. That's the body, the wing, tail, eye, and beak. I don't have every foil that they have. Let's put this back over. This is the front side, but you can use either side. This is an example of the star within a star. Or you can use the stars separate. Got some cool ideas for Halloween with this. You can use any of their pigments, their glitters. I do not recommend the craft glitters. Again, they are just too chunky. Once you buy a Shemodern glitter, you're going to be in love. Let's take this out of the shiny stuff. This is an example of the hearts on this side. If you did a heart in a heart, this is how it would look. Some of the other YouTubers are going to be covering some of these designs, and I'll cover a few. This is the dual hearts, if you do them within each other. I'm sure if you can see that. And this is their foil of the Ladybug that I'll be doing next. Sorry, my stencil is really wrinkled. I need to flatten it out. These are the Ladybug foils. They match the body and that as well. They do have circles. They do have several flower designs. They have the mustache lip design as well. For the Ladybug, I'm going to use the black hollow and the red hollow, just like I have on my nail right here. You just can't see it very well because it's of a blue polish. Again, just a very light tap on the base. That's plenty. Pat the glitter down. I would try not to rub it. Clean your finger off. Get your next color. And again, make sure that this stencil is flush. Try to have no air bubbles right next to the line. Having a little difficulty right there, but you can iron these right back out. I'll need to go back and review the instructions on how to do that. But if you pat down instead of wiping, it'll be a lot easier. Just keep going. Tap and pat. When you pat, you're picking up more glitter and you're depositing back onto the sticky stamp head, like so. Wipe off your hands. I like to flip it over. The other ladies will be showing you their methods of how they got this to work for them. Now I have two images. Easier with the black card under here. Well, a lot of us use the black card. You can see the body and the bottom of the ladybug is black, and the wings are red. Oops, my camera. I'm going to do this one right onto a pink nail. I think it will show up fine. Do it however you want. You just lightly lay it down. Line up the body how you want it to look on your nail. Lay it down, and then you've got a cute butterfly. I would likely finish, if I was wearing this, I'd likely finish it up with some cute glitter or pigments on the side, perhaps one of their other stencils with dots or something. It's all up to you. Make sure you top coat this in. And like I always say, use a dedicated bottle for glitters for your top coats. Use one that's dedicated to your glitters. I've got to dedicate a new one to my glitters. I'm running out. Clean off your stamper head, clean off your stencil. Do another design. So far I did a mushroom and a ladybug for you. I'm going to go ahead and do, I've already done hearts before on my channel. I've done the 2 flowers. Which I am wearing one of the flowers, it's just really hard to see. Let's go with one of the simpler ones. And this time I'll use pigments. I'm going to do it straight to the nail. This way you can see it, but you can apply it straight to the nail. This one I did use foil glue, let it dry. When using foil glue or anything tacky, my babies are above me talking to me. You may want to use the Creative Stencil tool. It comes free with every purchase, whether foils, pigments, or glitters. To push it down so that you don't get the foil glue stuck to you. And I'm just going to go with their neon pigments. Give quite a contrast to this little demo today. You just tap, tap, tap right on. And remember, if you don't like it, whether you used base coat or foil glue or whatever sticking method you've used, you can simply wipe it off after. If you don't like it, go wash your hands, wipe it off with alcohol if it's a tacky base coat. I just like to pull it up upside down. Again, always clear off your stencil. You can use a lint roller. The pigments, I just wipe them off. You can run it under the faucet, whatever you prefer. Now you can do this straight on. You can do this off to the side, whatever you prefer. Just remember, it will not likely stick. I haven't done it with a pigment before. This is my first time. The glitters do not stick to one another. If you fully saturated the sticky layer, if you fully saturated the stickiness on your nail, the glitters do not stick. We'll test how good I did the pigments. Got humidity where I'm at. It doesn't take much at all. It looks like a mess, but it comes right off. These pigments, I can't even begin to describe them unless you've seen them in person. Again, I flipped it upside down and took it off. I didn't get any on my nail. Unless you see these in person, see that little bit of silver gleam on it? They're like a glitter, really. They're like a finely ground up glitter that happen to be a pigment. I'm going to do a little bit more with this nail, because I've got so many stencils. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more touches to this. This is where your other stencil comes in handy. You can cover up the areas you don't want any design to go on. Let's bring it up here, it's a little easier to deal with. I'm going to add some more circular patterns to it. You cover up what you don't want exposed to the extra pigments with the first stencil. See, I have the first stencil covering over where I do not want anything to touch. For this, I will, since the pigments are so pigmented, I will dispense it on my canvas because it doesn't take much. Turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, this isn't working out weirdly. And you want this very, very flat. You just touch where you want the extra dots that I'm making to be. Where you don't want dots, either cover it with the stencil or just don't touch it. See how the stencil covered up what I didn't want? I didn't quite place it on there very nice. As long as there's nothing on the back, you can replace it down. I want one more dot. Go for a little dot. Get pigment on my finger. Want a few dots on here. I'm just playing around. There's a few green dots on there. Let's cover up the other part of the image. I didn't want any around my initial circle. So I just covered up. Do whatever works best for you. Make sure the bottom of your stencil is clean. Place it down again. This time I'll do a little bit of orange, just for variety. And this honestly is my first time using the pigment with this stencil. Well, no, I guess I did use it with the stars that y'all didn't get to see, but I did it over my glow bug nails. I added stars to the edges of my nails. This is basically what you didn't get to see. I did get a little bit on there. No problem. We all have toothpicks or cuticle sticks around. Just remove it. Just be a little gentle. You can just remove what you don't want. You can go ahead and cover this entire thing with the glitter. You know, I still have this stick. Let's go cover this one up with some glitters. If you've watched some of my earlier videos, you know that I like to cover my entire nails with glitter. Don't even use any polish underneath. It's quite fun. I never knew you could get. Okay, I'm checking what I want to do. I'm going to just add something down here. Cover up what you don't want the glitters to invade the area, basically. Guess that's another way to put it. I'm going to pull out the hollow green from the iridescent sparkling collection. This is the regular glitters. And I'm going to see what I can do. I could add a line. There's not much room on this nail. My longer nails, I'd be adding lines, all sorts of things. Even once you top coat it, you're not stuck with using. You can always add more foil glue or more base gel, cure it if it's base gel, and add more glitter if you want. I often go back quite a few times on my manis and add more elements. It's never complete, really, for me. My manis are never complete. And just keep the bottom wiped off. I always like to have an odd number, so I'm adding one more. There's the palette method, there's the put it directly on method, whichever you prefer. These items are so flexible, versatile in many, many ways. Every time I take my hands out of the screen, I am wiping them off. I just prefer to flip my stencil over and deal with the cleanup after. Same for this one. Just pop it off. If it was my full nail, I'd just go ahead and put some glitter down, whether it was even translucent glitter, but you do whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm going to top coat these and be right back. While those are curing, I just wanted to point out that I do mark my bottles because I store mine in a drawer. I put a little top coat, base coat, whatever you want, instant dry polish, whatever. Just put it on there, get it within the, however you want it to look. You can do a dot, you can put it exactly as the triangle. I actually put a base coat down, put a little bit of pigment on it, and then I put a little bit of top coat to make it raised. You can see that it's raised. So I can just pull it out of my drawer when I see the color. Makes it very convenient to store. Just my newer bottles don't have the colors done yet. I need to take the time to do that. You see all my bottles here are marked. This is what goes on if you don't put the top coat on top. You don't get that raised effect. I'd recommend a little extra top coat to make it bubble so you can see it. And these are my finished nails. Move this out of the way. Again, these are the images off of stencil number 14 from Shemodern. It's down at the bottom of her stencils. These are just over a white polish. For this one I used just a tacky base coat. I used a red hollow and regular orange. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have used the hollow orange. But that's why we test things on sticks too. And this is a Ladybug done with that stencil 14 with the red hollow, black hollow, and green hollow. And the green hollow was put on with another stencil. Same with this one. I used the neon pigments. I used the circle in the circle and the ovals from another stencil. Look like I get the top coat on very good. So there's 3 of the images from one stencil. They're very cute and fun to play with. I highly recommend that you go and purchase that stencil if you like the images. I'll show you what else I have on my nails. If you can see, that's the same mushroom, but it's over blue, so it's really hard to tell. That's the same Ladybug. This is the flower within a flower, and this is my bluebird. In person, I can see it. You just can't really see it. Again, this was stencil number 14 mostly. I used it with glitters and with pigments. It works great with both. It's one of my favorite stencils. I'll need to flatten mine out. But to see the rest of the stencil, I suggest you visit Girly Nails 66 and Pumpkin Nails. I believe that's her channel name she's going to call it. I know her as Pumpkin. If you remember, she won 3 of the nail foils in my first nail foil contest. She's just starting up a YouTube channel. I'll put boxes at the end of this to their videos on my end card. Hope you'll visit them and see how to use the rest of the stencil. See how you do the flowers, the mustache lips. Let's see what else is on here. The hearts within a heart. You can visit my older videos to see the bluebird that I made. The heart within a heart that I made over black and white, so you can see the difference and how they show up. I also put some translucent glitter over the entire thing. And I believe I did the flower, but I did it separate. Sorry, it's upside down. I did the flower within the flower, but I added the flower inside separate. So you can go back and watch that video if they don't cover the rest. This is a collaboration effort between Pumpkin Nails and Girly Girl Nails 66. They have become quite the YouTube nail friends. We'll probably be doing a few more collaboration efforts. We hope to cover the entire stencil. I may come back on and do some more if they haven't covered it. I'm trying to leave some of the more cool designs for them, but I really think they're all pretty cool.